Hi, welcome to Hands-on Network Programming with Python by PAC Publishing. My name is Eric Cho, and I'm super glad that you could join me on this journey. I've been working in the network engineering field for the last 18 years. It seems like yesterday that I did my first config-t with Cisco devices, but it's been 18 years. And I've been really Python and automation focused for the last 7 years, partially because I was with top public cloud providers, and part of the things that we do is just to enable business at a fast growth, and we have no choice but to start using scripting frameworks and explore other options to automate the network so that we could essentially catch up to the business growth that we've experienced. And in a way, that's very fortunate for me because I've dived into it head first and never looked back. So I've been very automation focused and fortunate enough to caught on to an early stage for network programming. I'm also the author of Mastering Python Networking, also by PAC Publishing, in 2017. And feel free to check out the book and welcome any feedbacks that you may have. So let's take a look at the course and what they consist of. So first, we'll do an introduction, we'll have an overview of the course, we'll look at the lab and the setups and kind of review the key topics, covering what's the prerequisite for the class so you get the most out of the class. Then we'll move on to automating the classic network devices. I will classify these as being doesn't have an API, doesn't return structured data. So essentially, we're using tools to actually mimic human interaction with the device. It's a bit hairy in the way that you'll see later in that section that you really want to leverage the power of scripting. Then in the third section, we're going to look at automation in the networking field for modern networks. And so we're talking about APIs, how to derive your intent and use that intent to deploy it onto the field. We're going to move on to automation with Ansible, which is a Python backend written Python framework based in Python. And we're going to cover the basics first, of course, but we're going to move underneath the hood and look at the Python functions and how do they make it click, basically. So why do we want to do network programming? And just by the fact that you're watching this video, I think you have a bias for action, you have a bias for, just going toward this field. But let's cover a little bit of why and consolidate why we want to do this. First of all, network automation with Python is great for your career. I think unless live underneath rock for the last few years, as network engineers, we know this is coming. We know it's here. That network automation with Python is a great step for your career. And of course, in this class, we're going to be hands-on and lab-based. It's the best way, in my opinion, to learn new concepts and to reinforce old concepts, as well as extend that boundary of your knowledge just into a new area. So hands-on would practice on muscle memories, and lab-based would be great to reinforce those in the real world. And that is really the goal of mine, to actually be able to have you extend beyond this class, right? This class is just a lab-based and reinforcing concepts, but the real value derives when you could apply the same thing into real world, and that is my goal. And we want to have a broad knowledge. If you have taken other classes from me before at PAC Publishing, or you've seen the videos, the previous class that I've had was pretty wide based, including the book. It covers a very wide range and it covers in depth enough to reinforce the idea. But in this class, what's different about it is we're gonna be better Python developer, if you will. Let's go beyond scripting underneath the hood and covers a little deeper rather than just cover a wide base of Python libraries. And thanks for watching this video. In the next video, let's look at what section 1 covers as well as cover deeper into the section 1. I will see you there.